So, how has your background in tech helped shape how you operate today?
Man, that's a great question. Yeah, one, technology, the people that I got to be around in technology were, one, incredibly intelligent people. Just the capabilities of the people that I got to be around in my career have been just outstanding technical resources. And they were kind enough to, in the process of us working through, especially like when we went from managed services to our hybrid cloud platform offering, they were so kind to share with me the disciplined steps that they had to take to go from idea to designed architecture, right? Here's the design physical. Why is that physical architecture there? Because we know the requirements of the software stack. We know the interdependencies of that software stack. So I've just been so blessed to have people that shared the real technical discipline of a run book and a run book. And I think that even comes just organically, or at least it should, out of the even basic principle of computational science, which is to take a
Right.
task that is extremely repetitive and to do it over and over and over. And well, in order to do that, you have to have your run book down to step dependencies, step dependency deliverable, step dependency deliverable, step dependency deliverable. And so understanding the logic of the system in and of itself and its hierarchy just helps me think through those very same mental systems from an operational perspective to say, well, you just made a decision. Is there a decision that you may have to or should have made prior to that one that would have kept you from moving forward in this one,
Right.
and or added more value if you had it going into this next step? And just always looking at that superior subordinate relationship in process um, has been really helpful.
Yeah.
And it's also helpful raising kids, believe it or not.
Yeah. 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 And I think, as you say too, in the technology space, run books are key. And that's one of the things that I build with inside my organization are run books and step by step processes that are repeatable. So you could theoretically go to McDonald's and get a relatively smart person off the cashier line and bring them in here and have them operate. And those repeatable processes and SOPs that you build out are key to any
Hmm.
business, and I don't think that enough people pay attention to those processes and building those out so that they can be repeated and they can build them for the repeatability. But not only that, but you have to continue to maintain and update those as processes change. And I think that's one of the things that gets forgotten a lot.
Yeah, it's really what Jason Fracassa, our CFO here at 610, and I are endeavoring to accomplish. And the way we kind of have drawn our success definition, or what it would look like if, hey, we've succeeded, is if the current exceptional level of human intellectual capital that it takes to run this company were not to show up the next day after we had implemented our systems, could we bring in a new group and get up to speed at the same or even better level of performance without them? um,
Yeah.
and in what period of time. And so that's kind
Right.
of what we're measuring on. How are we defining our processes? How do you define how many different steps that process and different departments it has to go through? Because if you were to also want to economize the system, do you need all those departments, or do you need that size of department? So that's kind of our litmus test, is to kind of check and say, have
Yeah.
we done it to such a level that that's able to be done? But the other really challenging thing inside of that is the culture that has been developed here at 610 is something that absolutely ought to, with all vigor, be preserved. And so preserving that family, all able to speak in, or just the way that we're able to do things, the loyalty that we have here because of the culture they've delivered. The last thing we want to do is to make this automaton system and robotic company.
Yeah.
So we want that predictability and that repeatability, while not at all costs, but certainly being extremely cautious to retain the value of our corporate family
Right.
culture.